arts in motion in partnership with Rolex.
Architecture is survival. Maybe Venice is a city that can save the world. The Biennale Architettura here in Venice is the oldest architecture biennale, and it's a moment every 2 years when all of the architectural world comes together. When Biennale emerged over 100 years ago, they were about sharing knowledge. It is also like a call for action.
They have been always a site for somehow like mapping what is happening in architecture. What kind of questions are relevant? What kind of questions are something that we share?
Venice is probably the most fragile city on the planet. When you look at contemporary challenges, from climate to mass tourism, could actually be an incredible lab. Maybe Venice is the city that can save the world. Somehow you could say that Venice today is the world tomorrow. I think the main issue for the design and the architecture world in 2025 is about adaptation. How do you adapt to a changing climate, to a changing planet? Then architecture is about survival. We need to bring together all different forms of intelligence, natural, artificial, and collective. But we need to face it. Climate is changing. We're seeing how do we move also into adaptation. If you're going through different sections, you find different themes and threads. And one of them, for instance, is how we design with nature.
We build a prototype to see how, with the new knowledge of plant intelligence, which we capture from 3 trees, these plants themselves can produce their own indoor climate.
We're bringing landscape architecture inside the building to let plants control our environment.
They activate the light, they activate ventilation, they will make it rain when they're thirsty. In a heating climate, we'll have to think of architecture again as a way of survival. Survival for us humans, but also for plants and also for animals.
The curatorial proposal of the Peru Pavilion brings to Venice the ancestral knowledge of the Uros and Aymaras communities. These architectural floating systems define nature, time, and foundations in architecture.
In a changing climate, in a changing world, with all the challenges that we face today, we wanted to think about what holds our architecture together, literally beneath the surface.
And this Biennale is really about, yes, architects, designers, planners, but working with scientists, with social scientists, with writers, with artists. Design, art, architecture can invent new worlds, can look at new beautiful worlds.
We thought that maybe like performance art could also give us perspectives, other ways of seeing and other ways of looking at architecture.
How could architects take part in creating spaces for self-bodily autonomy? I kind of want to keep on trusting and believing in the power of art to really have an impact.
I've been curating the Biennale, but really what you're seeing here, the optimism, is what comes from all the people involved, over 750 participants, and really they made the Biennale.
I think optimism is also related to the curiosity and also questioning, in the way that you will start to look at things that are around you and you maybe question them.
And you can really feel this very delicate and fragile balance between art and nature. And yes, it does make me very positive.
いろいろなものが変わり続けます。観客が見に来てくれると、その人が入ることによってその空間も変わるんですね。それ全部がアート、そして建築だと思っています。
Architecture and design are about the future, and so they're about optimism, about how we can change things, the present, into something else. And as the great philosopher Karl Popper said, optimism is a duty.